Roll call.
Mayor Connie Ball.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bill Costner.
Here.
Alderman John Bugg.
Here.
Alderman Freddie Gregg.
Here.
Alderwoman Kathy Hope.
Here.
Alderman Kenny Morgan.
Here, I'm sorry.
City Attorney Terry Hurst.
Here.
We ready?
Even some of us get caught not paying attention.
Me a lot anymore soon to be, so. Item 3 is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, which was the regular session, October the 9th, 2012. You have those in your notebook. You've had a chance to look over those. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item 4 is a recognition of city employee.
Mayor, this is probably going to come as a surprise to the person that's going to be receiving this award tonight, because I kind of told a white lie and said I forgot, and we'll just do 2 awards next month. So Victoria Jones is the
I believe you surprised her.
Yeah, she's red.
Yes.
Y'all know Victoria's been with us quite a while now, and she is really doing us a fantastic job. She's handling the payroll duties and doing so much more. And anybody that's ever walked inside City Hall, you're always met with a friendly smile. So with that, we want to say congratulations.
Let me say,
Did she cut her check?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just told her she can do that tomorrow.
that's right. She's very deserving of that, and at school, we've got a rug that is in front of where the teachers sign in, all staff members sign in, and it says, "Leave it at the door. You don't take your problems to work with you." And I have never called this office that I didn't get a sweet return back from her. And I appreciate that. It means a lot. The general public needs to know when they call City Hall for business that they're going to be greeted the way she does. And we appreciate you for that. Item 5.
Mayor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. The recognitions for showcase.
Oh, okay. I didn't write that in. Kenny, you didn't remind me.
You're asking the wrong one, I promise.
Over here, Tom.
With your all's permission, what I'll do, I'll announce the plaque and then pass it down to the mayor. And the mayor, if you'll present it to them, but we've got 6 special event sponsors and several gold sponsors, and they've all just a wonderful job. Next month, we'll be doing volunteers and our other silver and bronze sponsors.
Scott, you just give them to him. I don't have to. You worked hard for that. You do the presentation.
It's a great team effort, and without the folks that we're getting ready to honor and recognize, we couldn't have done it. This was our 3rd annual Showcase on the River, and the first plaque goes to National Bank of Tennessee. Keith, if you'd come up, please. National Bank of Tennessee, this is their 2nd year in a row of sponsoring the Pirates of the Pigeon cardboard boat race. And it's becoming a bigger and better event, and we're just very appreciative. And Keith, if you would please stay, or just stand off for a minute, because I'm sure Nelson wants a picture of all of you.
Thank you very much.
The next one goes to McSpadden Incorporated General Contractors. Mr. Charles here. Charles came on board with us this year and allowed us to expand the event to where we were able to do the paddling on the Pigeon, and brought in the inner tubes and also the paddle boats. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight. The next one is Bush's Best. Bush's came on. They've sponsored us every year. They came on this year to sponsor Heritage Hall, which we greatly appreciate. Thank you. The next special event sponsor is Newport Utilities. Newport Utilities, for the second year in a row, sponsored our God, Family, and Country Day, where we, of course, honor God and our cherished veterans. Cindy Moyer's Insurance, this is the second year in a row Cindy's helped us out with the cornhole toss tournament. Unfortunately, Cindy couldn't be here tonight. And the final special events, it goes to Newport Paving and Ready Mix. Okay, they've been, Joe Malone's been very good to help us out, and he sponsors the Fun Zone for kids of all ages. Our GOAT sponsors are also very, very important to us because they're the ones that help bring the wonderful music and all the other activities that we're able to enjoy. The first GOAT sponsor is Tenova Healthcare, and unfortunately Spencer got tied up in Knoxville and said he couldn't make it tonight. The next one is Eric Varner, State Farm agent. Eric, I believe, and Angela Grooms are, Angela's going to accept both awards. We certainly appreciate your all support for helping make it such a wonderful success. And if you'll hang tight with us. The next one's Robert Campbell and Associates. Robert operates out of Knoxville and could not make it out tonight. Tennessee State Bank. Truett was working in Gatlinburg today, but I was hoping he might have been able to send somebody, but we want to express our appreciation there. Smoky Mountain Home Health and Hospice. Tina's always a great help to us, and we really want to express our appreciation to Smoky Mountain. And the last GOAT sponsor is Ball Corporation. Ball Corporation has sponsored us each and every year, and we certainly appreciate their help. These are the folks that help us bring such a great event, and we're already working on the 4th annual showcase on the river. So if Nelson, if you'll line them up for a photo. Amazing. This is where you've got to take back over.
Do what?
This is where you take back over with the photo.
Well, let's just get them up here and let all the council, and you included, be in the picture.
Just let Scott do it. He's the one
Yeah,
that
let
puts
Scott
it
do
together.
it.
They put it together.
Scott, let Scott do it.
Yeah, just get over there and grab a hold of him, Scott.
Connie, it's not that we don't want to have our picture made with you. It's he did all the work. It's y'all furnished the money.
We've got enough.
You'd mess up a good plane.
We've got enough dogs on this.
Well, they need fresh pictures.
You're probably right.
Every time I say Connie, I said the rest of the council needs to.
We're all in this together. Write that down, Ray. We're all in this together.
We're gonna break out. We're working on that this year.
Are you?
I'm getting us some blow darts.
Somebody else is hitting on the kick and some people too.
Shot in the pile, big cubes.
And you know, it's a fight. That's gonna mean, then you
Okay, item 6, there's no appointment to boards this meeting. Reports from committees, Tanner, Preservation Alliance, Roland Dykes III. Have you got a report for us?
Not really. I didn't realize I was going to be on the agenda tonight, so I didn't prepare anything. I was more of an interested bystander today, just to see if there was any new news on the cleanup efforts, that kind of thing. So I know that we have had some progress. We have our charter back. I think I mentioned that at the last meeting. We've got 501(c) designation now and are building our alumni base. But beyond that, there's not a lot else to report. Still meeting regularly, though.
Okay.
Aaron, you have questions for me?
Anyone have any questions?
I think I did, I delivered that copy of the leases.
Yes.
You did get those?
We've got those, yes. Thank you. Christmas lights.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you all are excited, and I hope everyone has seen the snowflakes on the bridge. And that was our first set, and we've got our next set delivered today. We've got all of them. All 33 lights are here, and the NUB will start putting those up as soon as I mark the poles tonight. That's what I'm going to do after I leave here. First of all, I want to talk about the response has been awesome, and I hope you have heard positive responses as well. I turned in last week over $4,100 to Mr. Collins and to the city, and I've probably got about that much from then until now. I got 3 phone calls today about sponsoring poles. And with the lights being up, it has just been great. Everybody has been very positive and excited about seeing the new lights coming in. So I think it's going very well. Also, Michael McCarter called me this afternoon, and they are meeting tonight, the Finance Committee, to see if they too, they're planning on doing something, and they're supposed to call me back tonight, and they're planning on putting it in their budget as well for the upcoming years.
They voted $4,000.
They did vote $4,000, so that's another $4,000 that we'll be getting on top. So hopefully we'll have even more money, and I can order some more lights. So it's been a very good response, and everybody working together, so that's been nice to see. Thank you for that information. I also want to do a big thank you to Tim Darkery. Mark Hill is helping supervise. Awesome guy who has really worked hard and has shown a lot of pride. And Darrell Hall and Kevin from the NUB, who has been gracious to, we've talked on the phone, they've talked to Tim, they've talked to Mark, they've called me. And just when you see those guys, thank them, because they're really taking their time and effort to do this as well. And then Sarah's going to talk to you about some plaques that we're wanting to do as well.
Well, Mom and I came into this together as something we wanted to do for our city, and it's not just us that did it. We had to have all the businesses and families and organizations to sponsor the polls. And so to recognize them, we have asked Rocky Top Graphics to donate a plaque for those who have sponsored the polls, and then a plaque for the names that are in memory of the different polls along
Exit 435.
Yes.
The Angels will be.
Where the angels will be. And so we wanted to place them in City Hall where they can come here and see it and be recognized as well.
And we'd like to present that plaque at one of the meetings as soon as we get that. But we're still having donations come in, and I told him I would wait until I got the majority, if not all the donations, and then I would contact them with those names. And they're going to donate those plaques, since it is a community service event.
Great.
Do you all have any questions? Are you pleased?
Very pleased. If she will sing the national anthem at the next meeting.
Really? If you want her to, I'm going to say yes to that.
Does everybody, you want to vote on that, or? I'm serious.
Seriously?
Okay.
Yes.
Is it a special meeting, or you're just wanting me to sing?
You would make it special.
December.
It'd be the Christmas meeting.
That's
It'll be
right.
the Christmas thing. Okay.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
All right.
I'll make sure to schedule off.
Any questions? All right. Well, hopefully within before Thanksgiving. And the reason we put the lights up early was for that reason, is I wanted to show the people that we were serious and what we were getting. And it's been amazing, the response, since they've been up. So, but thank you all. Thank you for letting us do this.
Thank you.
Kenny, I might need your help on this, on memory. Did Scott finish his report?
I
Did you do your report?
I don't think, Johnny said no, so I'm gonna go with Johnny.
Okay, what do you? Okay, Scott, sorry about that.
Well, in a way, I was almost hoping you would skip over it because the first item, I know I've talked to every one of you all about it, but we want to assure everybody we are working diligently on the downtown signals to try to get them coordinated and synchronized. Ben and I have been in contact with TDOT, starting with Charles McNabb, going to the region, going to Nashville. We've already come up with a couple of solutions that we've appealed to TDOT for. The main problem, of course, is coming off North Street. And the stop bar is so far back that traffic is just bottlenecking and going all the way to City Park almost. So we're appealing to them to allow us to put a turn right on red when clear sign and to move the stop bar up closer to the tracks. The only problem there is we're not only dealing with TDOT, we're also having to deal with Norfolk Southern and the railroad officials. So, but long story short, we've heard everybody. I mean, the phones rung here at City Hall. I know each and every council member has received calls and shared it with me. And of course, I blew up Ben's phone. So we're all working together to resolve this. Also through Broadway, we've received complaints that the lights aren't synchronized. So we're working on that to make it to where it's all green and you can shoot through. Just please bear with us a few more days. We hope to have it resolved sooner than later. Does anybody have any questions on the signals themselves before I move on?
I've got a question about North Street right here. When they swap the lanes to where the right-hand turn and the left-hand turn is the straight lane, and you probably know what I'm talking about, explain it better. That's what's causing the backup across the bridge is because now you can't go straight, you're having to wait on that left turn.
Yes, you can now.
The left turn signal now?
Yes.
Well, I just sat there and waited on 3 cars to turn left.
They came back and put an arrow there heading straight through, but I had the same complaints.
Yeah, they're making adjustments. They've already made some, but not
There's
enough.
one down there.
But what I'm saying is to go straight now, you still have to sit there and wait on the left-hand cars to turn.
If you're gonna turn left, you gotta wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but before that was the straight lane where you could go straight across the railroad tracks, and that's what made the cars go through.
Yeah, but
Well,
there's
they're aggressive.
an arrow there.
We'll continue to work every issue out of this because
Chief, it's still a state law, you can turn right on red when clear.
That would come to a complete stop.
even if there's a turn signal, a turn arrow.
Unless there's a sign.
There's a turn there.
Yeah, or if there's a sign that says you
No
can't.
turn on red, it's still legal to make a right-hand turn after coming to complete stop. It's never been legal to make a left-hand.
okay.
He ordered the sign, I think, today.
Yeah, the right turn on red when clear.
Well, Scott, you said they're complaining about the lights down, those 2 new lights? They're not staying green? When you pull up that light at the old post office, it won't turn red till somebody pulls up there. I don't understand that.
Well, the one at Jefferson, and it's targeted to be taken down. The one at Jefferson is on the old system. The one at Woodlawn is on the sensors.
Okay.
So you've got some running by a timer, others running by sensors. So that's what we're working on to get it all coordinated.
The three new lights are looped in the blacktop.
Yes.
Those are timed out, and this behind National Bank. And they can do this with a signal up there, signal over to the National Bank. They've got stuff they can send the signal. And I don't know what it costs, but they could be synchronized like that.
You gotta get that okay through the state though, right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moody, he's the engineer.
We are moving on. A few more things.
And cost.
The fireworks issue that was discussed at the last meeting, still gathering information on it and do not have a complete report ready at this time, but we'll have that by the December meeting. Speaking of December, Santa Land will be held on Friday, December 7th from 6 o'clock to 8:30, and it'll be behind City Hall again. down the river walk, and looping back through the garage at City Hall like it was last year.
Times.
6 o'clock till 8:30, Friday, December 7th. Speaking of holidays, City Hall will be closed on November 22nd and 23rd in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. And brief grant updates, our Riverwalk Phase 2 grant, the right-of-way approval is pending in Nashville. It is on Lisa Dunn's desk at this time. In addition, our Safe Routes to School Phase 1, the right-of-way is pending in Nashville. And in relation to that, the governor announced that the city has been awarded $164,400 for Phase 2 of the Safe Routes to School. So Phase 1 will certainly start construction this spring. And now that we've done most of the right-of-way and environmentals for the entire project area, Phase 2 should come right behind it. And then the CDBG that Newport Utilities is completing right now, they're going to have it done in time to where we can apply for February 2013 funds. Applications will be due in February, but the council needs to decide what direction you want to go for the 2013 funding. So I'll be talking to the mayor, and hopefully we can coordinate a time to get together to talk to Newport utility officials. You all have the ultimate decision, though. And with that, Mayor, that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, Scott. Move to item 9, a new business. Item A is consideration of ordinance 2012-09, amending the zoning regulations for off-premise directional signs.
And Mayor, if I might read that ordinance into the record, it's ordinance number 2012-09, an ordinance to amend the zoning regulations of the City of Newport to include new guidelines for off-premises directional signs for commercial uses.
Any discussion, or do we have a motion to approve on the second reading?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item B is consideration of reclassification of heavy equipment operator job for the street department. You have that information in there. Do we have a motion to approve that request?
I'd like to make the motion to approve it.
Do we have a second?
I'll say,
I'd like to ask a question before we go on.
I won't. Go ahead.
If we reclassify that job, it's creating a new position. Do we have to bid that job out, or does this man move right into it?
No, what it is, you all approved the job descriptions several months ago, and staff cannot change anything without asking for board approval. The piece of equipment, the mower with the arm on it, was classified light equipment, not heavy equipment. Mr. Mooneyham has made the request to move that into the heavy equipment field. So, long story short, he would simply move to his classification would be heavy equipment operator for that piece of machinery, and right now he's the one that is directed to drive that piece of machinery. If this is done, he'll also be required to work the backhoe and every other, he'll have to meet the job requirements of heavy equipment operator.
Dan, can you operate the other equipment?
Pretty much, yeah.
Which would be what, backhoe?
I'll defer to Ben on that for the full list.
What's the list, Ben?
The backhoe, front end loader, and sweeper, and brush truck.
Now, with all this being said now, I have spoken with other members of the street department, and they do say that this is the most tedious piece of equipment they have out there because, You have to watch the traffic, you have to look out for trash while you're mowing. And I know the argument has been made that he only does it 6 months out of the year, and that's why you move it to heavy equipment, so that he can be put on other equipment during the time that there is not mowing.
And right now, I only have 2 operators for the backhoe and the front end loader. That way, it would give me another man to help on scheduling vacations, because I require the 2 that are now not to be off at the same time.
So it would be beneficial.
It would help me out in the schedule. That would give me a 3rd man.
Fred, is that all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
Just making sure that it's not gonna cause him any conflict.
That's fine.
Have we got a second on?
We've got a second?
Was that a second by?
Now we the discussion.
Yes.
What does the state qualify that equipment as?
Light too heavy.
Light too heavy?
Light to too heavy equipment.
What's the county classified as? Anybody know?
It's heavy equipment in the county.
We did Ben, can you remember that survey?
It was done 3 years ago, 4, and it was considered as light equipment with the county and light equipment with the state, except for 30-foot loom. 30-foot went into heavy equipment, is the way they classified it then. Now, right now, present time, I don't know what. It could have changed, the county could have, I don't know. I'll check that.
Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no.
No.
One no. One no. 4 yeses. Okay, item C is consideration of authorizing use of reserve sick time for Don Stewart.
Mayor, board, in accordance to the personnel policy, anytime we have an employee have to dip into what we refer to as the 3rd bucket, it requires board approval. Mr. Stewart has had some health issues, and he needs a little more time before he's going to be able to come back to work. So he's just asking to follow the policy.
What's your recommendation?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion, Con.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Any noes? I hear none. There's no items under the consent agenda. Comments from citizens? I see none. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion.
Thank you all.